Like, if you're unwell, you need to get yourself right first. Like, I don't want you participating in this project if you're unwell. Like, if you've found yourself in a position where it's like, hey, like, I'm manic or I'm depressed and I don't give a fuck. It's like, that's a problem. If you're running hot and you're doing wild shit without any consideration for the things you're doing, no, that's unacceptable. I condemn that. And if you're trying to be in my life because perhaps I intrigue you, or you find me fascinating, or you just want something interesting to latch on to, like, also, like, no, like, if I don't want people in my life who aren't interested in taking the thing that I'm passionate about seriously, which is my work. Like, if you have no interest in getting to know me in terms of my work, then stay out of my life. I don't want you in my life. I never will. There are exceptions. This is somewhat of a serious recording. I want to speak on optics and perceptions, especially with regard to the mental illness piece. I overcome chronic mental illness. I devote a lot of energy and focus and deliberation toward doing so, toward maintaining my peace process. I experience bouts of mania and depression and delusion often. It's frequent, it's constant. But I am constantly correcting, I am constantly self-checking, I'm constantly stepping outside of my skin, looking at myself, asking myself, is this too much? Am I functional? Am I operating effectively? And it may seem like I'm just a crazy person, and to a lot of people that's the perception. Now, I'll remind you that I happen to be working on something that is unique in the sense that it's not 0 to 1. It's not that it's never been done before. It's more that it's actually completely foreign. It's never been even attempted before. And the kind of mindset that I have to bring to bear to my being and my operation, it demands a certain sense of, say, grandiosity. It's just the nature of this particular beast. I often have to run hot. I have to go hard. Or sometimes I have to run cold. I have to be depressive. These various states of mood and thought being, they empower me to navigate the treachery of the magnitude that I stand up facing, the mountain that I'm attempting to summit. I barely even made it to the base of the mountain. I'm still in the footholds, even a swamp, one might argue. And so oftentimes people latch on to this idea and they lose control with it. They spiral into mania. They start just thinking absurdities and behaving in absurd ways with regard to the idea. Some might be driven by fear, others might be driven by excitement, but the fact of the matter is that I'm cool. I am stable, though I oscillate. I'm stable, even in a clinical sense, to the point where, like most you all out there, if given the pressure and uncertainty and magnitude that I put myself up against, Like, you'd lose stability in a heartbeat. A heartbeat. A lot of you all out there criticizing me of being unstable. Well, you're shaky as... That was a little harsh. But not really. My point being, I get a lot of people that laugh at me. Laugh behind their closed doors of, say, their mind, even. I get a lot of people that worry about me. It's like, well, we're worried about you, Blair. You might be losing control. I see this Wilder that you're embracing. It's like, no, that's got to be mental illness. Well, it's not really a newsflash, but yeah, I deal with mental illness. It's just a part of my life. I medicate. I rely on tools, therapy, all the different things. But it's like sometimes when people see me having fun, because I like to have fun, it's just connecting the dots. Like, this person's having fun and they're trying to do this big thing. They must be manic. They must be psychotic. They must be this. They must be that. Or you see me not having fun and I'm still trying to do this. Same. Like, they must be depressed. They must be psychotic. This, that. Mental illness. Like, most people are projecting. And that's what I kind of want to emphasize, is that, like, in terms of participation in the project, the program, the Invention program, I will always be an outlier in that, like, I will always be the one that's, like, leading charge into the unknown, into the wilderness. Like, there's a different set of pressures and unknowns and uncertainties with that. This is not to say that, like, that the project, for example, the program, it's okay to jump in and just use that as your the thing to hang on to if you're unwell. Like, if you're unwell, you need to get yourself right first. Like, I don't want you participating in this project if you're unwell. If you're running hot and you're doing wild shit without any consideration for the things you're doing, no, that's unacceptable. I condemn that. And if you're trying to be in my life because perhaps I intrigue you, or you find me fascinating, or you just want something interesting to latch onto, like, also, like, no, like, if I don't want people in my life who aren't interested in taking the thing that I'm passionate about seriously, which is my work. Like, if you have no interest in getting to know me in terms of my work, then stay out of my life. I don't want you in my life. I never will. There are exceptions. Family, for example. Even then, I'm always working to breach that threshold. So, mental illness piece, like, yeah, I gotta work on just maintaining the sober look. Like, even when I'm having fun, I guess people just people don't take me seriously, and that's all right. But when your best friends do it, like, no, that's not all right. So, and I set myself up for these situations, but I'm here to do a thing, to spark a thing. That's my job. Don't get me twisted. If you do get me twisted, and you try calling me your friend, like, shame on you. You are no friend of mine. Sometimes it's better being alone. It's okay to not take me seriously, too. Just don't try and frame it as anything other than that. If you don't take me seriously, well then, you can stay over in your corner. Don't venture into my corner. If you storm my corner, well, I'm ready.